lost objective Charlie.
A World War I render-suit has to be one of the coolest things that I've done in Battlefield throughout all the clips that I've managed to get. So in today's video we're going to be discussing about Battlefield 7 and all of the most likely outcomes that's going to happen in the title after Battlefield 2042. So let's get into this. So, for any of you that haven't heard, Battlefield 7 is already in the works. They are developing Battlefield 7 as we speak. Battlefield 2042 isn't even out yet and they're developing Battlefield 7. That's a bit concerning. But anyway, we're not going to talk about the concerning things. Today I thought it'd be fun to just, everyone's talking about Battlefield 2042. I thought I would jump the gun by several years and talk about Battlefield 7. So here are my top 5 tinfoil hat theories of what I think Battlefield 7 is going to either be and be about. So let's get into this. This is not in any particular order. These are just 5 of my own tinfoil hat theories of what I think Battlefield 7 is going to either be, what war it's going to be set in, what kind of gameplay should we see, or any new upgrades that might even be better than Battlefield 2042. So the first one being number 5 is Battlefield Vietnam. Now, I made a video on this previously. It'll be up on a calling card in the top right of your screen. Also, there'll be a link for it down in the description. So, about 2 to 3 months ago, I made a video. I thought it'd be really funny just to talk about Battlefield 7, even though there'd literally been no word about it whatsoever. I thought it'd be pretty funny just to make a video on it since no one dares talk about that. And in that video, I explained that I think Battlefield Vietnam is the only logical, sensible option to make for the next upcoming Battlefield title. My reason for this being really was just the fact that I don't think we've seen it in past history. They've done a Modern Warfare, another Modern Warfare military style shooter back to back. It's not worked out too great for them. They made Battlefield 1 beyond one of the best success of Battlefield history, or even DICE and EA in whole. And again, when Battlefield 5 came out, if we're just being honest, Battlefield 5 had a lot, if not a ton of elements just ripped out of Battlefield 1 and just copied and pasted into it. So I don't think most likely I don't think they'll repeat history again. So I don't think they can go back to a modern military shooter back to back again. I don't think that would be a smart option. Also, I don't think they can go back to World War II, as I think it's going to take a lot of time for the big open wound that Battlefield 5 created within the Battlefield community. I think that needs a lot of time to heal and suture up pretty much. So I don't think going back to Battlefield World War II would be the sensible option, even though they'd probably do it absolute justice if they did. Could they go back to World War I? I don't think so. With Battlefield 1, with all the weapons, gadgets, planes, the locations, they scraped the barrel, and that's something fierce. Not in a bad way, they definitely hats off to them, but they scraped the barrel so deep, they almost made a hole right through the bottom of the barrel pretty much. So I don't think there's anything new or exciting they could ever bring back to World War I. So the only logical option really is Battlefield Vietnam. It's been a very, very long time since we've had Battlefield Vietnam. The second ever Battlefield game was Vietnam, when was it? I think in 2010 for Bad Company 2. The final DLC for that game was Bad Company 2 Vietnam, a whole separate game within Bad Company 2, which was, honestly, Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam was one of the best games. Even though it's only like a DLC, it wasn't a fully developed game, it was so incredibly fun and just fresh and unique, and it still is to this day. So yeah, I think that Battlefield Vietnam, in terms of a war setting or anywhere within a timeline, is the only one that makes sense. Plus, if you think about it, there's always 2 types of first-person shooter type of people. I want my MP40, my PPSH, my STG-44 rifle. I want, all my World War II weapons. Well, they were used to some extent during Vietnam, so there you go, you'll have them. No. I'm an AK guy, I'm an M16 guy, I'm a PIG M60 guy. I want my RPGs. Fine, they were all used during Vietnam as well. Go have it. Vietnam would be great for both players. There was planes, fighter jets, tanks, old school weapons, modern military weapons that had just got developed before or during the wars as well. So it would keep every player happy. People who like really old kind of Victorian style weapons and people who prefer more modern military weapons. Vietnam had it all. It was going through the turning point of all things weaponry and technology during that point, so it would make great sense to make it for that. So number 4 on this list, which is something I said in number 5 that I hope they don't do, although I've got a really bad feeling they're going to do, which is Battlefield 2042 2.0. Another modern military shooter that carries on from 2042. I do see this happening, unfortunately, which I think is going to lead to disaster, unfortunately. Battlefield has always tried, whenever they've had a game that's been blown up and been really successful, for example, Battlefield 3 was the most popular Battlefield ever made in terms of sales. They wanted to replicate that. They made Battlefield 4, it released as an absolute disaster for a plethora of reasons as well, because they just tried to copy it and just tried to change a few things rather than trying to develop a whole brand new game with even more to it, which I mean they did, but it was still kind of a copy of Battlefield 3. And again, going back to Battlefield 1, that was so beyond incredibly successful and definitely put them on a map for a couple of years. Then they tried to replicate that through Battlefield 5 and it blew up in their face spectacularly. Again, a lot more complicated than what I'm saying it is, but it still happened nonetheless. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did another Battlefield 2042 2.0 where it carried on from the storyline. I don't think people really would want to have the exact same game again. I think when Battlefield 1 came out, people overindulged in that. Rightfully so, it was a good game and really filled themselves up with old school Battlefield vibes. And again, when we got it again, we're like, oh, we're already full of that. We're kind of hoping a wee bit more military, you know, just modern military shooter, you know. We're really feeling, you know, kind of World War style Battlefield, but obviously Battlefield 5 came out and for, again, a number of reasons, it backfired. And I think one of the things where people were still kind of screaming for a Battlefield 4 2.0, which we're now getting as 2042 as well. So yeah, they could do another Battlefield 2042, which again I think it will blow up in their face, but I do believe it to be probably a high probability that they will end up doing that, sadly. Number 3 in this list is nothing new will come with this Battlefield title, will it be Battlefield 7 or whatever it'll be called. This one I'm almost confident enough to say this will be facts. In fact, I think I am going to say that this will be facts. DICE have just came up with a whole brand new engine for the games, not just for Battlefield but also for FIFA. The upcoming Skate 4 title, by the way, where's any information about that? It's been over a year and we've heard nothing about it. I'm excited, I need to hear more info. But yeah, they've created a whole new engine that is just far better, holds a lot more, better you know how engines work for gaming and that as well. And of course we've seen Battlefield transition, its biggest transition ever in so many ways. We've went from 12v12 on consoles to 32 and 32 on consoles, and obviously PC for quite a long time has had 32v32 as well. And now for the first time ever we're seeing 64v64 lobbies, meaning 128 players in a game. Obviously this is quite groundbreaking, and obviously the PS5 and the Xbox Series X will be able to handle this game exactly like a PC would, which is absolutely great for everyone, especially with crossplay coming for Battlefield 2042 as well. But when they release their next Battlefield title, well, it will be 2023 or 2024, there won't be any words or whispers, or definitely no releases on new consoles. These consoles last for a very long time, and if they decide to go, oh, we're going to make it, you know, 128 v 128 for 256 in total, I don't think the PS5 or the Xbox Series X could handle that type of mayhem. All those explosions, all those bullets, all of the animations, all of the graphics, all of the HUD and everything else you can imagine it's in a Battlefield game. It'll be too much for a console to process. So I think with the next Battlefield title we're probably just going to see another 64v64. Probably Battlefield will have its usual things, the big giant maps. There'll be no new, even bigger maps, maybe slightly bigger, but nothing double the size. There probably won't be anything new and innovating. It'll just be the same thing as what we've seen in Battlefield 2042, but just probably either set in a different time scale or just the same, just another modern military shooter. I don't think this Battlefield 7 title is going to bring anything groundbreaking the way Battlefield 1 did as well, with everything that I won't bore you with. I'm sure you've all played Battlefield 1 and why it's unique. And again, the same thing goes for Battlefield 2042. whatever this Battlefield 7 is going to be, it's just going to be another Battlefield title. It'll be very difficult for them to bring anything truly jaw-dropping and unique that we've never seen in a Battlefield title before, because of limitations. Number 4 on this list is kind of a cheat for the title of this video, because this is tinfoil hat predictions, even though with what I'm about to say, it most likely will happen. In fact, I think it might even be confirmed at this point, that Battlefield Portal will drag on into next titles of Battlefield. Will be Battlefield 7, 8, 9, 12, so on, and 7, 8, 9, 12. Did I just miss out like 2 numbers there? But yeah, Battlefield Portal will drag on and include into upcoming Battlefield titles for sure. Even if it's not been confirmed, I'm willing to put money on it that this will happen. So if Battlefield 7 is going to be Vietnam or World War II or even Civil War, if they even dare to go near that, then well, I suppose Civil War with AK-47s might be just a bit too barbaric, so maybe not, but I do see Portal being dragged into Battlefield 7, all the weapons from all the previous Battlefields and soldiers and weapons and vehicles and yada yada maps and everything else will be ripped right into Battlefield 7 so we can play on it, and it'll be a continuation to keep the content as fresh and as plentiful as possible as well. So this one's going to be a lot shorter than the other 5, but yeah, Battlefield Portal I can almost guarantee will be dragged into Battlefield 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and so on and so forth. So, number 5, last but not least, you've probably guessed what this is going to be, and of course, it's going to be Battlefield 7 will have a Battle Royale that will be a standalone game and free to play. Now, a lot of people, YouTubers, streamers, and obviously just Battlefield fans and gamers alike, have all been predicting that Battlefield 2042's Hazard Zone will be a Battle Royale, but according to EA and DICE, they have been very thorough and definitely been telling us that Battlefield 2042's Hazard Zone will not be a Battle Royale. It just won't be. Although there's a very small portion of me that feels like they're lying through their teeth and it will be. They're just not willing to admit that people have guessed what it is and they've ruined the surprise. Although I'm more than willing to believe that it's something else. And that something else, I'm going to be making a top 3 predictions for Battlefield Hazard Zone within the upcoming week. So if you would like to hear about that, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss the video and all my future videos. But yeah, Battle Royale for Battlefield 7, you know, Apex Legends is under the name of EA as well. I don't know if Frostbite, if it runs in the Frostbite engine, if DICE made it, I'm not 100% sure. My knowledge on Apex Legends is very limited, but again, Apex Legends being a Battle Royale style game, and it's been one of the most successful Battle Royales in history. It's made EA an absolute boat ton of money as well. The popularity, everyone's talking about it. In fact, every single Warzone content creator and live streamer and TikToker on it have all just jumped ship, and and people are getting just flooding Apex Legends to make content on. Obviously, Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman and everyone else down that line have all abandoned Warzone for Apex Legends. So yeah, it's making them an absolute crazy boat ton of money for sure. But with Battlefield Firestorm, it was a great Battle Royale. They just abandoned it and didn't put the effort in. It was a real shame. It was a brilliant Battle Royale. It just didn't get support that it needed, which was just so sad. And I think at this point they'll definitely want to track at it. They want to I mean, if you could have one Apex Legends that makes you hundreds of millions of dollars every year, why not have 2 Apex Legends, the second one just being Battlefield Battle Royale for sure, with every gun imaginable from World War I to World War II to Vietnam to modern era and so on and so forth, all possible within a Battle Royale. And obviously with Battlefield with Allowed Destruction, it would probably wipe the floors with any other Battle Royale as well. So yes, Battlefield 7 I can almost guarantee will have a Battle Royale. It's just a case of when and where, and will they even drop it a bit earlier potential? We'll have to find out. But I'm going to wrap the video up there, guys. I've been waffling on for too long. So if you liked the video, please smash that like button, as every cringy YouTuber says. Obviously, you can always leave a comment down below. Tell me what is your theories for Battlefield 7 as well, since it is in development. I'll reply to everyone as fast as possible as well, and the best comment I'll pin at the top as well. So, and my Twitch link and TikTok and everything else will be in the description as well, and also I'll write a little bit of a paragraph about my video and Battlefield as well if you want to give that a little read as well. So, as always, I love yous all. Thank you very much for following, commenting, liking, hitting the bell notification, and as always, I'll see yous on the battlefield.